again. This is part 2 and 3 of chapter 3 of our Mystery Museum Whodunnit. Later that day. In the medieval Europe encounter, the kids found all kinds of amazing things, like suits of armor, replicas of castle walls, swords and shields, and even life-size models of horses and catapults in a big courtyard. They even found the curator wearing the same funny clothes and hat from earlier. Standing in a big vegetable garden, some of the kids were passing by the garden to check out a catapult. The curator waved them over. You may think that the most amazing thing in this exhibit is that catapult, but I actually think it's this garden, the curator explained. You see, we have recreated an authentic village garden from hundreds of years ago. I even wear authentic gardening clothes from way back then. The curator could tell that the kids were losing interest. But that's not even the most amazing thing about this garden, the curator explained. The most amazing thing is that this garden is able to produce enough food to feed several families every day. And we give it all away. That's right. One of our main goals in creating this garden was to share its produce with the local food bank. They tell us that there are kids who come in looking for our big ruby red tomatoes each week. It's such a pleasure sharing what we grow with others. Cooperation and sharing was the only way that villages in the medieval period were even able to survive. That reminds me of this amazing way that they used to plan out their crop cycles. The curator had lost the kids now, and they wandered away to another part of the exhibit. As a new group of kids passed by the garden, and the curator started the speech about the garden all over again, the first group passed through the door back inside of the courtyard. They almost bumped into Shirky, who was standing there observing another funny-looking portrait. This one had a woman standing upright and pointing the way forward. The woman also had a hard hat and a toolbox. The plaque for the painting read, "Buildera." "There's something fishy here," mumbled Shirky as the kids continued on their way. Even later that day, "Blessed are the merciful, blessed are the pure in heart." Shirky kept repeating these words as she paced around in front of the missing portraits. "We need another break in this case," she continued. "The phone with the movie trailers and the 2 notes just isn't enough. We need another clue to help us figure out what's happening to all these portraits." Miss Purple jumped forward and said, "I'm on it." Miss Purple is playing her greatest role yet, a detective. "Well, I wouldn't quite call you a detective, but you did help us make a big break in the case yesterday," said Shirky. "We found that phone with the movie trailers. Now, we need to find another clue." "Why don't you use your magnifying glass too, Detective Shirky? There's bound to be a clue around here if you look for it," offered Miss Purple. Shirky replied, "But I have been searching and searching. There is nothing out of the ordinary. Everything is perfect. Everything is clean. It's almost like it's too perfect. It's like it's too clean. Something is strange here." Miss Purple noticed something tucked behind the curtain and pulled it out as she said, "Oh, somebody left out this vacuum cleaner. We better put it away." "Wait!" exclaimed Shirky. "Eureka! The simplest solution is most often the right solution. Someone has used this vacuum to clean up the scene of the crime. We must see what's inside. Miss Purple caught on to what Shirky was saying and opened up the vacuum to find dirt. It's not just any dirt, said Shirky. This is nice soil from outside. There's also a bit of paper in here, continued Miss Purple, as she reached into the vacuum and pulled out a scrap of paper. Shirky took the paper and read, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." "I'm meek," exclaimed Miss Purple. "I mean, Deborah was meek, and today I'm Deborah." From Deborah, we learned that the meek are people who humbly use their gifts to help whoever needs them. These are heroic types of people who do a lot to serve and even save others, but they don't do it to be praised or rewarded. They're like superheroes, like Deborah. "This must be another saying from Jesus," said Shirky. "That makes 3 of them. I wonder how this all fits together. We're starting to gather a great collection of clues, but I think we need more time to solve this case. I'm so close. If I could just figure out what's going on with those paintings." "Speaking of great collections," interrupted the curator, "we have a great one for all of you kids tomorrow. I'll be showing you the ancient China area. We even have an authentic block from the Great Wall of China and much, much more. I can't wait for you to see it. Well, we had better get you off to get a good night's sleep so you're ready for tomorrow." "I have a feeling I won't get much sleep at all tonight," said Shirky. "I can never sleep much when there's a mystery to solve. Hopefully, I'll have a breakthrough for you all when I see you next." The end of Chapter 3.